Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA video, we need to talk about how Grand Theft Auto 6 fans might have an interesting date to look forward to. We finally might be getting some good news from Rockstar Games, and that is because their parent company, Take-Two Interactive, is set to have their Q1 fiscal year 2024 earnings call that is happening on August 8th at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, as always with these conferences, Take-Two Interactive is never going to break any news. They are not going to announce Grand Theft Auto 6 on this conference, but if anything with GTA 6 is going to happen this year, we might have a more clear indication of it because of this conference, which is exactly what happened in the last earnings call. We might be able to get a clue to an announcement and a release window of GTA 6 from these quarterly earnings calls, whether it be from share prices, expected revenue, stuff like that. That's exactly what Take-Two Interactive CEO and chairman Strauss Zelnick revealed in the one that happened in May, where he basically anticipated that in 2024 to 2025, they expect their earnings to go up by like $8 billion. There's only one thing that can do that, and that's Grand Theft Auto 6. And we also heard him on several interviews talking about the next installment of the Grand Theft Auto series and how it is expected to generate a ton of money for Take-Two Interactive. They have really high confidence level in their pipeline. Long story short, these earnings calls can give us an indication to both announcements and release windows. They've previously given us a release window and indirectly an announcement window, simply due to the fact we know roughly when the game is going to be coming out. So if Rockstar does plan on releasing GTA 6 in late 2024 to early 2025, then an announcement in 2023 makes sense, unless Rockstar is going to go way out of the blue and do something like Fallout 4, where it's announced in the same year as it ends up coming out. Now, another thing that makes this slightly interesting is the day in which this actually happens on, and that is on a Tuesday. So the last time that Rockstar had one of these conference calls on a Tuesday, and it rarely falls on that day, we got a community update from Rockstar that very same day. So wouldn't it be interesting if Rockstar that same day announces Grand Theft Auto 6, officially reveals it to the world, and that, of course, falls at the exact same time as the earnings call for Take-Two Interactive. I don't want to put on my tinfoil hat too tightly, but this is pretty interesting because the last couple of times it's either happened on a Monday or a Wednesday. So the fact that it's happening on a Tuesday here is pretty interesting. And I know what you guys might be saying. Well, why would Take-Two Interactive sort of go around Rockstar's schedule? Well, because it's Grand Theft Auto 6. It's only going to be like the biggest piece of entertainment probably for the next decade. So I'm pretty sure Take-Two Interactive would be willing to navigate around Rockstar's schedule here. So all of this is getting me very exciting. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that something is going to happen on that day, but at least as we get closer and closer to August 8th, we can kind of prepare ourselves to say, okay, something might be happening, because in order for Take-Two Interactive to talk about it, Rockstar, of course, have to announce something. So that either has to happen on that date or slightly before it. I know this is just speculation, but Rockstar's days of previously announcing things have typically occurred on a Friday. So maybe the Friday before that, the 4th, wouldn't be a bad time. Tuesdays are typically reserved for Red Dead Online announcements, although those are happening so infrequently. Tuesdays are kind of wide open, and then Thursdays are typically Grand Theft Auto Online DLC update days and event weeks, so they probably wouldn't do something then, although I don't think Grand Theft Auto Online having an event week would take away from any of the spotlight of Grand Theft Auto 6, but just something to think about. Rockstar probably doesn't want to crowd their days all too much so that they can get the game in the biggest spotlight possible. Honestly, it's just going to be nice to hear something official from Rockstar other than them calling it the next installment in the Grand Theft Auto series. Really, the only thing we know about the game comes from all the unofficially released stuff that we saw in the Grand Theft Auto 6 leaks. And sort of speaking of that, ever since those leaks came out, a lot of people were like, man, I'm not sold on this. The graphics look really, really bad, or there's just weird things that I don't understand. Well, first of all, that is like way early development alpha footage. And number two, we have a pretty good example that Rockstar's games in development don't look anything like the final product. And just to give you guys sort of an optimistic example, check out this throwback right here. This was an early development image of Red Dead Redemption 2. This was discovered by RockstarIntel.com, and you can see the beta image right now was using a mix of GTA 5 assets. And as we look at the final version, you can see that the train bridge received some updates and the terrain was completely reworked in the final release. So long story short, do not panic about the graphics of Grand Theft Auto 6 and what you saw in the leaks. Obviously, none of that was supposed to see the light of day. Unfortunately for Rockstar, it did. And as of right now, that's really the only thing we can judge what Grand Theft Auto 6 looks like. So it's not going to look really anything like what has been shown off so far. I mean, roughly it will, but it's going to look a whole lot nicer. And even with this one example from Red Dead Redemption 2, you can see just how better looking the game ended up getting. And there's a lot of beta footage of Red Dead Redemption 2 out there right now. In fact, I'll show you guys another example right now. This is an early development screenshot of the Grizzlies Mountain area in Red Dead Redemption 2. This is obviously the snowy part of the map that you start in. And this is now what it looks like when it was released. You can see it looks a whole lot better. So for anyone still having doubts regarding the graphics after seeing Grand Theft Auto 6 leaks last year, maybe this can put your mind at ease. The game is going to look absolutely fantastic. And the trend you're seeing here is that Red Dead Redemption 2's development footage looks a whole lot like GTA 5's engine, and GTA 6's development footage looks a whole lot like RDR 2's engine. So even if GTA 6 releases with Red Dead Redemption 2's level of graphics, it's going to look amazing, but I'm sure we can expect another graphical jump considering Rockstar is not going to be releasing the game on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and it'll only be coming out on the current generation consoles. And then sort of tying this whole thing back all together, it'll be interesting to see what Rockstar decides to show us when they make that first official announcement. Is it going to be something like Grand Theft Auto 5's announcement or Red Dead Redemption 2, where it's simply like a promotional image or a logo? Are we going to jump straight into a screenshot or a trailer in the next couple of days after that? I'm not sure. The leaks might have changed a lot, and it might be one of the reasons why we haven't seen anything so far. But just something to think about. We've got a big date coming up. This one could be it. And this honestly gets me pretty excited about the future. So as always, I'll be sure to keep you guys posted if there are any updates, or of course, if Rockstar does make an official announcement. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think this is a good sign? Do you think something's going to happen around that August 8th date when the Take-Two Interactive earnings call occurs? Let me know what you think in those comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. You want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and all the Rockstar Games videos that I'll be doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.